On April 16, 2022, scientists reported a breakthrough in the field of brain-computer interface (BCI) systems and a dramatic disclosure that seemed to spring from the pages of science fiction. Their pioneering work has culminated in the creation of an advanced cybernetic interface that allows human brains to communicate directly with artificial intelligence. The team's trailblazing initiative catalyzed a unique combination of neurology, artificial intelligence, and telecommunication, proving practical telepathic communication with AI for the first time. The consequences of this research go far beyond the laboratory, indicating disruptive possibilities for a variety of industries such as healthcare, cognitive science, and technology. And now, more recently, a team of neuroscientists and neurosurgeons from Duke University say they have developed a promising technique for telepathic-like communication from thoughts alone by directly reading people's thoughts. Previous efforts have had some limited success in using brain scans to try to decode human thought. However, this technique, which uses a speech prosthetic brain implant that decodes those thoughts and converts them to actual speech, has proven exceptionally reliable and accurate in laboratory trials. Hello and thanks for tuning in. Before we go any further, please take a moment to support us by liking this video. Subscribe and activate the bell notification feature so you'd always know when we put out new videos. And remember, sharing is caring. Okay, let's get back to it. Brain-computer interfaces, BCIs, may sound like something out of a Matrix movie, but hang on to your hoverboards because this is science and not fiction. In a word, BCIs bridge the gap between human gray matter, your brain, and artificial systems, allowing direct communication between the brain and computers. However, the route to BCI glory has not been without challenges. Have you ever tried to teach your grandfather how to use a smartphone? Yes, that has been our experience. The problem has always been to interpret the obscure dialect of our brain's electrical signals and develop a translator that doesn't flee at the sight of a neuron. Imagine attempting to hear a whisper in a rock concert. You'd have a better chance of finding a needle in a haystack. But what if we could raise the whisper to a similarly loud volume level? That is exactly what occurred. Scientists have finally been able to distinguish and magnify those whispers from our brain, allowing them to converse with our devices. Consider it like giving your brain the equivalent of a library bullhorn. The potential impact almost writes itself. We're talking about communicating with comatose patients, possibly returning mobility to people with paralysis, and potentially knocking out terrible neurodegenerative diseases. In the spirit of work smart, not hard, consider Jedi mind control for turning on your coffee maker without lifting a finger. Yes, you can now channel your inner Obi-Wan. Mind Portal, a non-invasive personal brain-computer interface company, has announced the development of the first non-invasive optical brain-computer interface that allows users to connect with ChatGPT through Imagine Speech. Mind Portal's achievement is the culmination of a string of firsts in neural technology, including creating novel AI systems capable of reading brain activity while a user is thinking and translating it into human language, showing that optical sensors embedded in a non-invasive gadget can interpret the complexities of human language, decoding thought of text from simply imagined speech without any physical speech movements or sub-vocalizations, create a new paradigm for human-AI interaction by direct brain interface communication with a big language model AI, decode whole sentences rather than single words, real-time operation delivering the user's imagined speech without the need for post-processing. According to top experts, neural interfaces that use artificial intelligence to connect human brains to computers will allow people to read the minds of others. A new Royal Society research describes the benefits of such technology, but warns that it might pose serious concerns if it falls into the wrong hands. Facebook and Elon Musk's Neuralink are currently developing brain-computer interfaces, and the paper predicts that by 2040, neural interfaces will be an established option for efficiently treating disorders such as Alzheimer's. More futuristic applications such as brain implants that allow people to digitally taste, smell, and see without physically feeling the sensation are predicted to follow. The report also goes into depth on how such gear could improve people's memory, vision, and even allow thoughts to be sent from one person to another. People could become telepathic to some extent, able to converse not only without speaking but also without words, by gaining conceptual access to each other's thoughts. This could allow for unparalleled collaboration among colleagues as well as deeper talks with friends. Not just thoughts, but also sensory events might be transferred across brains. Someone on vacation may send a neural postcard to a pal back home of what they are seeing, hearing, or tasting. Duke University neuroscientists and neurosurgeons claim to have created a promising technique for telepathic-like communication based just on ideas by directly reading people's thoughts. Previous attempts to decipher human thought using brain scans have had limited success. However, in laboratory experiments, this approach, which employs a speech prosthetic brain implant that decodes those ideas and converts them to actual speech, has proven to be extremely dependable and accurate. In order to bridge that gap, the scientists investigated the feasibility of reading a broader variety of thoughts directly from the parts of the brain linked with speech and then transforming those signals back into the intended speech. Of course, similar technologies exist in laboratories, but even the finest ones transform thoughts to words at a rate of roughly 78 words per minute. Because the average human speaks at roughly 150 words per minute, the researchers compare the current method to always listening to a podcast at half speed. According to the researchers, the key limitation has been the number of thought-decoding sensors that can be placed on the paper-thin piece of material sitting on the surface of the corresponding brain areas. More data, like with the majority of scientific undertakings, equals better results. More sensors can mean speedier performance in this situation, leading in something more comparable to real-time communication based just on thoughts. The team recruited 4 volunteers who were previously slated to undergo brain surgery for other ailments such as tumor removal or Parkinson's disease treatments to test their new sensor chip. Susindra Kumar Derival, the first author of the new study published in the journal Nature Communications and a biomedical engineering graduate student at Duke, fed the data into a computer loaded with a customized machine learning algorithm specifically designed to decode these types of signals after it was collected. The outcomes redeem a measurable success. Overall, the new method was correct roughly 40% of the time. According to the researchers, while this number may appear low, it was quite impressive given that similar brain-to-speech technical feats require hours or days' worth of data to draw from. In comparison, their method only had roughly 90 seconds of data from each patient's 15-minute test. But before we get carried away in this euphoria, there is the grizzly in the room we need to deal with: ethics. Questions like, should we even play around with such powerful technology? Are we stepping onto a slippery slope leading straight into a dystopian future? And if you've seen the movie Black Mirror, these questions aren't just spine-chilling, they're vital to our future as a society. Do tell us what you think in the comments section below. And that concludes today's video. Do let us know what you think about today's discussion in the comments section below. And you can support this channel by liking this video. Subscribe and activate the bell notification feature so you'd always know when we put out new content. And remember, sharing is caring. Take care and see you in the next video.